Check, 1, 2, 3. Check, 1, 2, 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Averett Sports Network. We're going to get started here with the tip-off of the Averett University men's basketball game here just shortly against Washington and Lee University. I'll be back on in just a minute. Just for about tip-off here in just under 4 minutes. We're going to get set to go here in just a short minute. I'll be back on to give you the pregame and to give you all the stats from last game and to catch you up on where things are now. I'll be back in just 2 minutes here on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. We're going to get started here after the national anthem and the starting lineups here on the Averett Sports Network. After the national anthem, I'm going to send it down to PA announcer Drew Wilson for the national anthem and starting lineups. We will be right back. welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. We're live here at the men's basketball game here on the campus of beautiful Averett University. It's a little snowy here, a little icy, but you know what, that's okay. We're going to start to heat up here in the Grant Center for this one. It's a crucial ODAC matchup as the conference race gets heated here in the middle of the season as your Cougars welcome the visiting Generals of Washington University. If you're listening to the starting lineups for your Cougars, we'll start off. Number 2, Tobias Bracey. Number 3, Jackson Sellers, the game-winning shot, who hit the game-winning shot last time out. Number 4, Mason Mitchell. Number 11, Tyler Stevens. Number 24, Zach Scogan. We'll look at the visitors. It's going to be number 4, John Laughlin. Number 10, Bryce Breeden. Number 11, Colin Ryan. Number 15, Connor O'Morsi. Number 30, Addison Newkirk. As both teams come out of their huddles here, Coach Duino's squad coming on quite the momentum shift as they've been able to pick up the momentum as time has gone on. Coming off of a big win in overtime against Hampton-Sydney, 80-42 to bounce back after a 2-game losing streak on the road. The Cougars host the Generals of Washington University, who are ranked at number 3 in the ODAC standings, while Averett sits at 6th in a tight conference race. We're going to get set for tip-off here in just a second with Zach Scogan and number 30, Addison Newkirk. Newkirk at the tip for Washington and Lee. It'll be Bracey here to start out the possession here for the Cougars. Bracey finds Mitchell on the wing. Kicks out to Sellers. Sellers drives in on the defense. Kicks out to Bracey. Bracey with the 3 to start off with. Bracey hits the opening 3. As the Cougars get the first 3 points on the board, we'll start out here with a bang here on the Averett Sports Network as Stevens right here on his defender. That's number 11, Colin Ryan. Hands it off to O'Morsi. O'Morsi right on Stevens. O'Morsi with the shot, no good. It's off the back of the rim and off the backboard. As the Cougars will get a stop here and we'll get another possession here to expand their lead as Sellers finds Stevens out on the wing. Stevens drives in from the free throw line. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by the Generals. That's number 11, Colin Ryan. As Ryan kicks over to Morsi. Morsi drives in, out on the corner, drives in on Scogan. As the Cougars playing great defense here, it's Bracey right on him. Sellers right on the General as the 3 ball here from the Generals. No good as Mason Mitchell will bring it down here for the Cougars. The Cougars with 3 straight stops here as Mitchell will bring it to Scogan. Scogan from the 3-point line. Scogan with a 3. That's good from Zach Scogan. Scogan not as big a contribution last time out, but here with the opening with a 3 ball on his own, gets on the board for the first time since last week. So since earlier on this week, I should say. Drives in on Scogan, no good off the rim as a foul is called underneath. Let's see who is called on. It will be a foul called on Jackson Sellers. That will be his first. As Ryan will go to the line here. First shot from Ryan is no good, so he'll go 0 for 1 on the trip so far. Ryan's second shot from the line is no good off the front of the rim. As O'Morsi tried to rebound it at the free throw line, but couldn't come up with it as it's another Cougar possession here. So far with a 6-0 lead for Averett. As Bracey finds his footing, finds Scogan inside on Stevens. Stevens off the backboard as he's able to put one down for the Cougars. As the Cougars get an 8-0 lead here to start off this first half. With just under 20 minutes to go. Stevens right on Laughlin as the Cougars get a turnover as the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be another Cougar possession here to start out this one tonight. It'll be Bracey here to inbound it here for the Cougars. Bracey slowing down the offense, kicks it over to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to find Sellers underneath, but instead finds Stevens out on the key. Top of the key, I should say. Bracey, Mitchell, back to Bracey. Bracey drives in, this time past up three. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell with a three. No good this time. Rebounded by Sellers. Second chance opportunity, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line here for 2 shots for a chance to expand the Cougar lead. As that foul was called on Colin Ryan. That's his first. Sellers knocks down his first free throw from the line, so he is so far perfect today. Second shot from Sellers is good and nothing but net, so he goes to perfect 2 for 2 from the line as the Cougars have built a 10-0 lead to start out this one after beating Hampton City in overtime just a few nights ago. As Stevens tries to block out Morrissey as the Generals turn it over into the hands of Scogan and into the hands of Sellers, as Sellers will start out another possession here for the Cougars. Sellers takes a shot from the mid-range. It's good. Sellers expands the Cougar lead here now to 12-0 as that's Newkirk tried to back down on Stevens, but instead turns the ball over, back over the Cougars. Scogan thought about the three, but passed it up here to set up a better shot here for Averett. Mitchell kicks it over to Bracey. Bracey trying to find the shot. Kicks it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in off the screen as he'll get a fake in the air, as he'll draw the foul with 2 defenders right on him. And we'll go to the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a minute after the timeout. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network, where the Cougars here at home have built a 12-0 lead to start out this one here in the Grand Center tonight against the third-ranked Washington and Lee coming in here to visit the Cougars. As Mitchell drives in on Laughlin, trying to find a shot as Laughlin brings him out to almost half court, but Mitchell able to drive in as the layup is no good, rolls around, second chance shot, no good, as it'll be Cougar ball as it'll go out on one of the fingertips of the Generals. Cougars almost give it away here as Stevens couldn't handle it, but finds Bracey as it over to Mitchell. Back to Skogan into Stevens. As he'll back down his defender as he puts up a shot from the free throw line and is good. As the Cougars get a 14-0 lead here to start it out with just over 15 minutes left to go in the first half. Bracey on defense as the Cougars double team Hobson underneath as he'll find Thomas. Thomas with the three. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Skogan. Skogan with a great rebound. And down to Sellers. Back to Skogan. Skogan thought about three. Passes it up to Sellers. Kicks over to Mitchell. Mitchell thought about it. With Sellers with the three. No good. As it'll be Thomas down to rebound it for the Generals. Bootmere. Or say Bootmere kicks it over to Thomas. Finds Bootmere finds Hobson over the wing as Thomas takes the three. No good. As it'll be Cougar ball here. It'll be off the fingertips of number 30, Newkirk. As we'll see the first minutes here from Isaiah Ramazani, one of the key players who played a crucial role in the overtime win against Hampton-Sydney, as well as Terrell Fitzgerald, who also hit some crucial shots down the stretch for the Cougars in the second half. As Ramazani will find Sellers. Sellers kicks it over to Ramazani on the handoff. Back to Skogan. Skogan finds Sellers back on the wing. Sorry, on the post as Skogan kicks into Fitzgerald. Excellent backdoor is Terrell Fitzgerald, who put it in over his head. My goodness. Good defense here from the Cougars. That's number 11, Colin Ryan, trying to back down Fitzgerald. Ryan, as he'll go to the line for two as he's fouled by Fitzgerald on the post, as the Cougars have built a 16-0 lead here to start the first half. Ryan's first shot is good, so it'll be the first points of the day here for the Generals. It looks like there will be some substitutions here for the Generals. Ryan's second shot is no good off the back of the rim as there will be a foul called. Looks like it'll be on Omarcy for the Generals. So they'll turn it over as it'll be the Cougars will get the ball back with a 16-1 lead. Ramazani will be the one to start out the possession here for Averett. Ramazani finds Mitchell, finds Skogan out on the top of the key, back to Mitchell out on the wing. Mitchell drives in on Chapman as the Generals off the overhead pass from Mitchell intercept the pass. It's Colin Ryan who can't find the pass inside to Chapman as Sellers will take it over here for the Cougars. As Sellers will find Mitchell, back to Mitchell. Mitchell will take the three. Another three ball from Mitchell. Mitchell with an excellent three as the Cougars are playing a lot of unselfish basketball here to start this one out. As there will be a foul called underneath. As looks like there will be a foul called on number 12. It's Fitzgerald. Inbounds here from the Generals. That's number 10. That's Breeden. Breeden's shot no good. As Bracey will be the one to rebound it. Bracey brings up the floor on the fast break for the Cougars. Back to Ramazani as he fakes it. Thought about the three. As he'll get a screen here from Fitzgerald. Back to Sellers. Kicks over to Bracey. Bracey can't find anything. Kicks back into Sellers. Double teamed on the wing as he's fouled by number 30. That's Newkirk. Looks like O'Morrissey will check out here for the Generals. As Laughlin will check back in here for the Generals. As Scogan will be the one to inbound it. We'll get going here with another possession for the Cougars on offense. As Bracey will find Stevens out on the far side wing. Over to Scogan. Back to Bracey. Bracey drives in. Kicks it out to Scogan. Not Scogan, sorry. As it's nothing but air. That'll be the first minute from number 13. That's Josh Seiler for tonight. As the Generals will get the ball back after that long shot from Seiler with pretty much nothing but air. As Ryan drives in on Bracey. Bracey trying to get his hands in. Ryan backs down Bracey using his arm. Kicks it over to Bootmere as Bootmere will lay it in. As Bracey finds Ramazani. Ramazani drives in on Bootmere. Kicks it back out. Over to Seiler. Seiler jumps, stops, turns around, puts up the shot. No good off the back of the rim as it'll be Colin Ryan to bring it down here for the Generals. As Ryan will get the ball back from Laughlin. Kicks over to Breeden. Back to Ryan. Ryan trying to back down Bracey. As Ryan throws a shot up as he's fouled by Bracey. And Ryan will go to the line here for 2 shots, though a timeout will be called, so we'll take it with them. We're going to be right back here on the Averett Sports Network just out of the timeout. Back here on the Averett Sports Network with the Cougars building a 19-3 lead to start out the first half with a little over 11 minutes left to go here in the half. It'll be Colin Ryan here to take his next free throws for the Generals after being fouled underneath the basket on their own end. First shot from Ryan is good after it bounces off the front of the rim, rolls to the back, and then drops it. Second shot from Ryan is no good. Too strong off the back of the rim as Tyler Stevenson, excellent job with blocking out his defender to get that rebound. As Bracey takes a long three, no good off the back of the rim. As there'll be Newkirk here to rebound it here for the Generals. As he'll find Ryan out on the wing. Ryan drives in on Scogan, puts up the layup, no good off the front of the rim. As Stevens will find Bracey, will find Mitchell. As he'll start out the offense here for the Cougars. As Bracey will settle down the offense. Bracy finds Stevens. Stevens trying to find Sellers out in on the post. Finds Mitchell, who backs it back out and resets for the Cougars as Mitchell thought about it. Takes the pass into Sellers as Sellers will go to the line here for 2 shots after being fouled. By trying to go up for the shot as he'll go to the line here for 2. As it looks like Bracy will get a few comments here from Coach Duino. As we'll see Sellers go to the line here for 2 shots. First shot from Sellers here is good, so he'll be 1 for 1 on the line to start out this trip. As it'll look like it'll be number 1 Thomas, number 15 Amorosi to check in here for the Generals. As Ryans will check out along with number 10, that's Breeden. As Jackson Sellers steps up and knocks down his second free throw. So far, he's perfect from the line today. As the Cougars back out here on defense. As Amorosi drives in on Stevens. Can't find a shot as he's going to be fouled by Stevens, as Stevens thought he had his hands all the way up, but the ref will say otherwise. As it'll be a foul on the floor here, it looks like, so it'll be Bootmere to inbound it. Bootmere kicks out to Amorosi. Amorosi drives in on Stevens, puts up the shot, no good, too strong off the backboard. Rebounded by Amorosi again, tipped around as it finds the hands of Mitchell, as the Cougars will get the ball back with 9:46 left to go. Mitchell over to Scogan, finds Sellers underneath, kicks out to Stevens with a 3. Too strong from Stevens, as the ball went out off the knee of number 30 Newkirk, as the Cougars were very lucky to keep the ball on possession. As Ryan checks in for Bootmere. Bracy finds Mitchell on the inbound with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Bracy drives in on Ryan as he'll get double teamed, so he'll back out. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell takes a 3. Another 3 ball is good from Mason Mitchell, as he'll be 3 for 3 from the 3-point range tonight, as the Cougars have taken a 20-point lead here to start this one out for the Cougars. As Amorosi will drive in on Sellers. Double teamed by Sellers and Stevens, as Amorosi steps out of bounds, as there will be another turnover here for Washington and Lee. As the Cougars are playing stifling defense here to start out the first half. So it'll be Bracy here to start out the possession here for the Cougars. Bracy kicks it over to Sellers. Sellers behind the back. A little fancy footwork. Finds Stevens. Finds Scogan out on the corner. Sellers tried to find the pass, though, as it'll be Thomas to take over on the turnover for the Generals. Thomas finds his teammate, as his teammate knocks down the 3. That's John Laughlin, as Laughlin cuts it to 17. Bracy finds Stevens out on the wing. Bracy defended by Laughlin. Back to Scogan, finds Bracy out on the far side wing. Bracy trying to find a shot, steps in the mid-range, takes the 2, no good off the back of the rim, as it'll be Thomas to collect it here for the Generals, as he'll find Ryan. as there will be a foul called underneath. It'll be Mitchell to get called for the foul. As we'll go into another timeout here, so we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network, just out of the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. Back here on the Averett Sports Network, just out of the timeout. Well, I'm going to check in on the schedule for Washington and Lee as they come in 14-3, and like I said, sitting third in the conference, just a couple of spots above the Cougars. As the Cougars come into tonight, sitting sixth in the conference, with a tight conference race heating up with Virginia Wesleyan sitting on top of the conference, as we're getting here late into conference play as they come in being 5-2 at home, 6-2 in conference, 3-1 in neutral ground. Coming off of a one-game losing streak, though, is the Cougars right now sitting at a 17-point lead over these Generals are sitting third in the conference, as Laughlin will take the three, no good off the back of the rim, as another foul will be called here on Mason Mitchell, as he was called for the hold underneath. Newkirk's first shot is good, so it'll bring the Cougar lead here to 17. As Newkirk knocks down his second shot on the trip, so he's perfect. As Sellers finds Bracey as he's double teamed on the full court press, as the ball was knocked out apparently off the hands of Newkirk. So Sellers will find Stevens, as the defense will now back up here for Washington and Lee, as Bracey will start out the possession here for Averett. Bracey finds Stevens on the top of the key. Bracey trying to drive in on Ryan, as he'll find Scogan underneath, and Scogan puts it in off the backboard. A beautiful pass inside to Zach Scogan expands the lead here for the Cougars, as they have taken a 26-9 lead with just a little over 7 minutes left to go in the first half. As Thomas finds Ryan. Ryan thought about it, but he'll then drive in on Sellers, as he's unable to keep his dribble, throws it over to Laughlin, as Laughlin unable to handle it, so it'll be another turnover here for Washington and Lee, as Averett will get the ball back, as he'll check out here, as Mason will check out here for the Cougars. So Mitchell and Sellers will check out here, as it looks like Seiler will check in here for the Cougars. So Sellers will check back in as he just wanted to get a little bit of a breather. Sellers finds Bracey out on the wing, near side wing. Bracey drives in, finds the screen, kicks over Scogan. Scogan's three is no good, as it'll be Newkirk to find the rebound. Newkirk tries to Euro step on Bracey, as it'll be out of bounds off the hands of Bracey. Bracy with good defense on Newkirk, able to knock the ball out of bounds, so it'll be Breeden and Hobson to check back in here for WNL. As it'll be Ramazani here to check out here for Bracy. As it'll be Bootmere, kicks it into Amorosi. Amorosi turns around, finds Newkirk underneath. Big block by Seiler. Back into the hands of WNL. Back on the wing for the three. No good off the back of the rim. As Scogan's the one to rebound it here for the Cougars as they'll get out on the fast break. Ramazani will be the one to handle it here for the Cougars. As Ramazani with a little dribble. As he'll take the shot off the backboard. No good. As Sellers is fouled and will go to the line for two. Sorry, excuse me, it'll be a foul on the floor. Not two shots, so the Cougars will keep the ball here on this end. As Ramazani will find Sellers out on the wing. As he'll drive in on Bootmere. As Scogan will be the one to handle it over to Seiler. Seiler takes a three. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded though by Scogan. As Scogan will find Seiler. As the Cougars will back out here and call a new play. Ramazani trying to find some space. He'll drive in. Throw the ball off the backboard. No good. Cougars find another rebound as they'll have a really good hustle play to keep the possession here with a fresh shot clock. As Ramazani trying to find anyone as he's double teamed as he'll turn it over as they'll be back in the hands of Amorosi. Amorosi drives in on Sellers. Back to Bootmere. Finds Amorosi with Sellers right on him. As a foul will be called as it'll be an illegal screen on the Generals as the Cougars will get yet another turnover. Playing excellent defense with just over 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. As Amorosi will take a seat here now with 3 fouls here just in the first half. So he'll take a seat. Ramazani finds Stevens with Ryan right on him. Back out to Seiler. Seiler takes the three and it's good. With excellent passing around the outside of the arc. Ends up with a three-pointer first of the day from Josh Seiler as he'll give the Cougars back a 20-point lead. As the Cougars unable to get the rebound. As the ref will call it up, it'll be call off the Generals. So as it looks like, so no, the Generals will retain possession as the refs previously called the possession here for Averett, but will give it back to after realizing to the Generals. As Ryan kicks it over to Laughlin. Laughlin with a three. No good off the corner of the rim. As there will be a foul called underneath again on, looks like it's Terrell Fitzgerald here getting called for the foul. So it'll be Hobson here to go to the line for two. As Sellers will get a seat also for the Cougars. As Hobson's first shot is good, so it will bring the Cougar lead to 19. As Duino is arguing something from the bench. As the second shot goes from Hobson, so he'll be perfect on the trip, so the Cougars will get the inbound as Ramazani will bring it up here for Averett. Ramazani off the screen from Fitzgerald, defended by Thomas. Finds Scogan on the top of the key, back to Ramazani. kicks into Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald turns around on Bootmere, backs down Bootmere, as a charging foul will be called on Terrell Fitzgerald. As the Cougars will turn it over, as the Generals will get the ball back with just over 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. As it looks like it'll be the first minutes here tonight from number 15 for the Cougars. That's Malik Ware. As Bootmere drive in on Ramazani. Bootmere defended well by Ramazani as Skogan picks up Hobson. Hobson throws it up, no good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Laughlin. Laughlin thought about the three, but instead kicks it back in as the hustle play finds Hobson underneath as the Generals get a basket back that they sorely needed. As Ramazani will take over here on offense here for the Cougars. Ramazani finds Sellers as there'll be a foul called here on Ryan. As we'll go to a timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. So we'll come back right after the timeout in just a moment. As Malik Ware will knock down his first free throw from the line on the trip. Ware's second shot is good. So he's perfect also from the line as the Cougars will play a little bit of full court press here. Sellers and Skogan right on him, though, is finding open Hobson underneath as Hobson will put the flush down for the Generals as the Cougars will take over after an open shot from Hobson. Ramazani finds Sellers out on the far side wing. Sellers kicks it over to Skogan, finds Ramazani underneath. Ramazani will throw up the layup as it'll roll in good. Isaiah Ramazani with an excellent look as he's able to find his shot as it'll go down here to expand the Cougar lead. As Ryan will find a running Breeden as Breeden throws up from three, no good. So the Cougars will take over here on a really good rebound here from the Cougars. Ramazani finds Seiler. Back to Ramazani. Ramazani kicks it into Sellers. Sellers, rainbow pass over to Skogan. Skogan with the three. Nothing but net from Zach Skogan. A beautiful shot from the near side corner. Nothing but net from Zach Skogan will expand the Cougar lead as they expand their lead now to 21 points as the Generals want to talk it over. So we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network out of the timeout. As out of the timeout, the Generals will keep possession as Ryan double teamed underneath, kicks out to Laughlin. Laughlin brings in the mid-range as he throws it over to Ryan as Ryan is well defended by Skogan underneath. Sorry, that's Seiler underneath, I should say. As there'll be another open shot here from Hobson. So it'll be a 19-point lead here for the Cougars. Ramazani finds Sellers. Kicks over to Ware. Back to Ramazani. Finds Seiler out on the wing. As Seiler loses his footing. As there will be a foul called on Laughlin, though. That will be his first personal, the team's 9th. As Seiler will go to the free throw line for his first 2 shots of the day. Seiler knocks it down, so he's perfect so far on the trip, going 1 for 1. Seiler's second shot from the charity stripe is good. So Bracey and Stevens now will check back in here for the Cougars as Skogan and Ware will take a seat and get a breather. As the Cougars play a little bit of full court press here with Stevens, Sellers, and Ramazani. Sellers right on Ryan. Kicks it over to Newkirk. Screen by Hobson, back over to Thomas. Thomas drives in as Seiler thought he had his hands in for a clean steal, but is called for the reach in. So Thomas will go to the line here for his first 2 shots of the day. Thomas's first shot is good, so it'll be in the Cougar lead now to 20. Thomas's second shot is good, so he'll be perfect from the line as Seiler would be the one to inbound it. As he'll find Ramazani here to start out the offense with just under a minute left to go here in the first half as the Cougars are up with a huge lead here, 38-19. 40 seconds left here in the first half as Ramazani will hold on to it as he'll kick it over to Sellers now. Sellers backs down on Ryan, takes a shot, and is good. A little mid-range shot finds the bottom of the basket for Jackson Sellers, who has had an excellent stretch of basketball here as of late. As Ryan will hold on to it with the last 10 seconds. Hold it for the last play as Ryan drives in on Seiler, turns around, takes a shot, no good off the back rim. Rebounded by Hobson. Last shot is good as it goes in before the buzzer as it'll count. So the final score here for the first half, here at halftime, Averett 40, Washington lead 21. We'll be back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a little bit with your halftime stats and updates here in just a little bit before the end of halftime. kicks off here during halftime. For those of you just joining us, I'm sorry, I was here at the last minute, so I'm going to introduce myself now. Hi, I'm Wyatt Ockpole, if you haven't tuned in before. I'm glad that you've joined us, either whether you're in person or at home listening to this broadcast. I'm really very glad to be here with you, as the Cougars have stormed out to a 40-21 lead here against third-ranked Washington and Lee, with being sixth-ranked in the ODAC themselves, coming in here to their second consecutive home game in the week, I should say home doubleheader of the week, as that's also an exciting piece of news. Is make sure to stick around for tonight, because we have another exciting game here on tap for you later on, starting at 7:30 for the Averett University women's basketball game here on the Averett Sports Network. It'll be the Cougars going up against the visiting Marlins of Virginia Wesleyan University. As the Cougars played the men's team for Wesleyan last, I should say a couple weeks ago, but the game had to be suspended because of random condensation in the roof here. So that game will be picked up here on Friday, February 6th. So mark your calendars to make sure you tune into the continuation and conclusion of that one, as the Cougars will look to find another win off of that one. But turning it back to what's going on tonight, looking at some stats. Like I said, the Cougars have turned out to a 40-21 lead here, taking a 19-point lead, going 13 of 27 from the field overall, 41% from the field, 6 for 13 from three-point range. That's just over 46%. Going perfect from the free throw line, 8 for 8 to start out this one. That is the first time that the Cougars have started out a game going perfect from the free throw line in a long time. The Cougars have gotten a total of 20 rebounds, 7 of those being on the offensive side of the floor, 13 of those being on the defensive side of the floor. We've had 0 ties and 0 lead changes, as the Cougars have remained with the lead 98.5% of the game, as the Generals have yet to take a lead here in this one. Turning it back over to the visiting Generals, they've only gone 6 for 23 from the field, which is just over 26%. 1 for 8 from three-point range, which is only about 12.5%. 8 for 12 from the line, being just over 66%, about 67%. 13 rebounds, 7 of those come from the offensive side of the floor. 6 of those come from the defensive side of the floor. 0 ties, 0 lead changes. Time with the lead, 0. As well as 4 assists, 6 turnovers, 14 bench points, 19 on-court points, with the Cougars taking 24 of those. So the Cougars will look to expand their lead here with about 1:45 left to go here in halftime, as the Cougars get their warm-ups in here just before the start of the second half, as Averett looks like we'll get the possession here to start out the second half. We will be right back here on the Averett Sports Network for the start of the second half and the end of this one here against Washington and Lee, before turning over to the women's game here just after the break, starting here at 7:30. We will be right back here. We're going to take a break on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back, fans, to the Averett Sports Network. After that little break, we're back here with the start of the second half, as it looks like it'll be Washington lead possession here to start out the second half. As it'll be Newkirk to kick it into Colin Ryan here to start the second half for Washington and Lee, as he'll find Laughlin out on the near side wing. Ender Amorosi, as Amorosi unable to handle, will find the hands of Sellers, as the Cougars will find their first turnover of the second half, as it'll be controlled here by Mason Mitchell for Averett. As Bracey drives in, finds Scogan in the corner, kicks back out to Mitchell. Mitchell takes the three. No good this time, as he's now 3 for 4 from three-point land. No good to start out the second half from the three-point range for Mason Mitchell, as he'll take on defending Amorosi. Amorosi throws up the shot, as he'll knock it down here for the Generals. So 17-point lead here for the Cougars after the first points of the second half belong to Washington and Lee. As Bracey behind his back, Joe was in on the double team, kicks it back out to Scogan. Scogan finds Stevens out on the near side wing. Stevens will drive in on Ryan. Stevens unable to handle it off his foot, as Laughlin will take over here, as he'll find Breeden, as Newkirk finds Laughlin out in the post. Back out to Newkirk with a three. No good off the front of the rim, as it's rebounded by Zach Scogan. Scogan unable to handle it. Stolen away by Laughlin. Over to Amorosi. Amorosi drives in on Bracey, as the General is unable to find a possession, but Laughlin throws up the three. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Newkirk. Another no good. Another rebound for Newkirk. Fourth time's the charm, I guess, for the Generals, as they've gotten 2 straight baskets to start the second half. As Bracey controlling the offense, finds Scogan, kicks it over to Sellers. Sellers drives in, as it's stolen away on the floor, as Newkirk is on the floor, as he'll try to call timeout, but a jump ball is called. Let's see who is in possession. As the referees are talking something over here, so the Cougars here look like they'll retain possession on the jump ball. So they'll get another fresh shot clock here to start this possession out. As Mitchell will find Bracey. Bracey drives in, throws up the layup. No good off the back of the rim. As it's tipped around, back out to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in, kicks over to Stevens. Stevens is good on the layup, as Stevens gets a basket back here for the Cougars. So the Generals will take over here with 17-17 left to go here in the second half. Ryan with the little spin move off the backboard. No good, as it's tipped around. Rebounded by Bracey. Bracey on the fast break. He'll try to take it himself, but it'll be tipped out here off of Newkirk, so it stays here with Averett. As Bracey always fouled underneath by number 10. That's Breeden, as Breeden gets charged for the push-off. Bracey to inbound to Sellers. Sellers trying to find some space. Kicks over to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to find some space himself. Kicks over to Stevens. Stevens will take the mid-range. He'll knock it down. Excellent wide open shot found by Tyler Stevens off the assist by Jackson Sellers. Will give the Cougars a second straight consecutive basket. So they'll get back on defense, as it'll be Breeden here to start out the possession here for the Generals, as it'll be Newkirk to knock it down for the Generals. as the score is now 44-27 in favor of the Cougars here at home in the Grand Center, as Bracey will drive in on Newkirk. The Generals thought he had taken a few too many steps, but it is not called as Bracey takes the three off the back of the rim, as it's rebounded by Mitchell. As a foul will be called underneath. So Bracey will be the one to inbound it here for the Cougars. Looks like it'll be Thomas, Hobson, and Bootmere to check in here now for the Generals. As Mitchell will be out on the top of the key, finds Bracey. Bracey a little behind his back, between his legs, finds Stevens on the top of the key. Stevens back to Bracey, as Bracey not able to find the pass, as it'll go out of bounds. So a turnover here for the Cougars, as they'll take a timeout. So we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. Back here on the Averett Sports Network out of the timeout with 15:56 left to go here in the second half, as it'll be in possession here of the Generals of Washington and Lee. As we'll see a full crowd here in the Grand Center here tonight, as it's quite the showing, as it looks like it'll be Bootmere to take it here for the Generals, as he's well defended by Tomias Bracey, as Amorosi throws up the shot, and that's no good. It'll be rebounded by Stevens and handed off to Tomias Bracey here to control the offense here for Averett. Bracey kicks in to Sellers, as Sellers is double teamed. Back out to Bracey, kicks over to Scogan. Scogan takes a three, knocks it down from three. Scogans with an excellent open three, able to give his team back the 20-point lead here in the second half, as Amorosi will find control here for Washington and Lee. Hobson backs down. Sellers goes up for the shot, as it's blocked by Sellers, although he's called for the foul. What looked like a clean block for Jackson Sellers sends Hobson back to the line for two more shots here at the line, first of the second half. First shot from Hobson on the trip is good, so he'll knock down his first, so he'll be perfect on the trip. As looks like it'll be Newkirk to check out here for Colin Ryan, one of the starters for Washington and Lee. As Thomas will also check in here for WNL. His second shot is no good, as it's rebounded by both Zach Scogan and Tyler Stevens, but Scogan's the one to come down with the ball, as he'll pass it off to Ramazani. Ramazani will be the one to start out the offense here for the Cougars. Ramazani finds Skogan, back to Ramazani. Ramazani trying to find some open space. Ramazani drives in as a foul is called on Ryan underneath. As that'll be his third personal. As Amorosi will check out here for number 33. That's Mill Chapman. As Bracey will be the one to inbound over here to Mason Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell drives in, double team, back out to Bracey in the corner. Bracey for three. Bracey knocks it down. Bracey gives the Cougars 20-point or more lead here, 50-28. As a big block here from Zach Skogan. Oh, almost gives the Cougars back another possession, but open here is Bootmere for the three as he knocks it down. As it's back and forth action here in the Grant Center between the Cougars and the Generals. The Generals will call a timeout, so we'll go to the break here with them on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a moment. .14:09 left to go here in the Grant Center in this first game of the doubleheader. Second half, which is what we are in here in Danville for the men's basketball game versus the Generals of Washington and Lee. It'll be Averett possession here to start out the possession. As Ramazani will find Bracey with a 50-31 lead. As Bracey will go off the screen, throw up the layup, no good off the front of the rim. As there will be a foul called underneath on Ryan. That'll be his fourth. Sorry, it'll be number 3, it'll be Bootmere. And that'll be his third personal, so Bracey and Skogan will check out here for Josh Seiler and Jackson Sellers. Seiler finds Stevens in the corner, finds Sellers out on the near side wing, over to Mason Mitchell. Mitchell drives in on Thomas, turns around, takes the mid-range, and drops it down. Excellent turnaround shot from Mason Mitchell, gives the Cougars a 21-point lead. Bootmere drives off Seiler, finds Thomas back out on the key, top of the key, over to Colin Ryan. Ryan backs down on Stevens, tries to throw the shot up, although he's blocked by Stevens. As the Cougars will come out on the fast break. Mitchell over to Ramazani, back over to Seiler, finds Stevens out on the far side wing. Finds Mitchell. As Sellers will drive in, kicks it out to Mitchell with another three-pointer. No good this time, as Thomas brings it down for the Generals. Fast break opportunity here for Washington Lee. Thomas will take a three, as he'll knock it down for W&L. Back and forth action here, as a missed three-pointer from Mason Mitchell, and now a three-pointer which dropped in from Thomas for Washington and Lee. As the Cougars nearly lose the ball, though, as Ramazani gets it back, as he's unable to handle it as his pocket is picked. So the Generals will come back on another possession here. Thomas defended by Sellers. kicks it over to Hobson, defended by Seiler, as Hobson throws it up, as it's rebounded by Ryan. It looks like it'll be a jump ball called by the referees. It'll be possession arrow in favor of Washington and Lee after Tyler Stevens went up for the rebound. As Ramazani will get a break here for Bracy as Bracy checks back in. As Newkirk also takes a seat as well. Newkirk checks back in as Bootmere takes a seat for along with Ryan. As Amorosi will find the inbound. Takes a shot, no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Mitchell as he'll bring it down here for the Cougars. Mitchell finds Seiler open three. No good off the back of the rim as it'll be rebounded here by Chapman. As he'll find Newkirk here to start the possession here for Washington Lee. Drives in on Seiler. Kicks it back out to Amorosi. Amorosi loses his footing for a second. Newkirk drives in on Seiler as he's fouled by Seiler and drops in the shot, so he'll go to the line for a three-point play. As we'll go to a timeout here on the floor. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Averett Sports Network. Hi, I'm Wyatt Ockapole. We have just over 11 minutes left here in the second half of the first game of the day between the Averett University men's basketball team and the visiting Washington Lee Generals. I'm very, very glad to be here with you for this one as the Cougars have opened up a 52-36 lead here over Washington and Lee as Newkirk takes his second free throw of the day as he'll knock it down. So the Cougars will get the ball back here on a little bit of a full court press as they're able to beat it as Bracy finds Stevens as Stevens is able to throw up an easy layup off the backboard for two. The Cougars break the general press quite easily and find an easy open basket as a good defense here from the Cougars gives them back the basketball as the Generals come up with an empty possession as there'll be Bracy the one to control here for the Cougars. Sellers hands it off to Bracy. Bracy driving around, finds Scogan underneath, finds Seiler underneath as Seiler misses the layup. As there'll be Newkirk to rebound it here for the Generals as he'll kick it out to Amorosi. Amorosi in on Mitchell, tipped around by Sellers. Sellers almost found the pass. It's off the foot of Chapman as the Generals were turning over here. So the Cougars get the ball back with a 54-37 lead with just over 10 minutes left to go. Sellers will be the one to inbound it here to Bracy. Bracey hands it off to Mitchell out on the near side wing. Screen by Skogan with Laughlin right on him. Turns around on Laughlin. Oh, no good off the back of the rim on the layup is Mitchell. So the Generals will take over here on the empty possession here from the Cougars. As Thomas drives in, he'll kick out to Newkirk as he's unable to find the bottom of the basket as it's rebounded by Stevens as Bracey will take over here for the Cougars. Bracey a little between his legs, fancy footwork, but chooses to pass it off here to Skogan over to Mitchell. Mitchell finds Stevens, hands it off to Sellers. Sellers finds Skogan with 7 left here to go on the shot clock, kicks it back over to Sellers. Sellers takes a 3. No good off the back of the rim as it's tipped around, rebounded by Skogan. Skogan misses the layup, but able to find his own rebound. Throws it back up, blocked by the Generals as they'll take over here on offense. As excellent defense, as a foul will be called on the Cougars. It's going against the Cougars as Thomas draws the foul out on the 3-point arc. So it'll be 3 shots here for Thomas coming up here from the charity stripe. First shot from Thomas is no good as it rolls out and off the back of the rim. Thomas's second shot from the charity stripe is good, so he'll be 1 for 2. As Newkirk checks out here for Breeden. As the third shot goes from Thomas, so he's 2 for 3 from the charity stripe on the trip. So the Cougars will take over here on offense with 9:24 left to go in the second half. As Bracey finds Stevens on the near side wing. Over to Sellers on the top of the key. Finds Bracey. As he tells Skogan to come back out. Finds Sellers. Sellers takes the mid-range. No good off the front of the rim from Sellers. As it's rebounded by Ryan as he'll hand it off here to Thomas. As Thomas will drive in. On the layup. No good as it's a little too strong off the backboard and the front of the rim as Bracey drives in on his own. Kicks it back over to Skogan as Skogan will take it back out here for the Averett offense. Stevens screens for Bracey. Skogan kicks over to Mitchell. Finds Skogan underneath. Kicks it over to Sellers underneath. Tries to go for the shot, but the ball is stripped from his arms. As it's taken over here by Washington and Lee. As Laughlin will take the 3. As he'll knock it down here from the near side corner. As the Generals have started to take a little bit of a run themselves and end the Cougar run that was quite long as Skogan will take a 3 from the far side corner and he's fouled from the far side corner. So he'll miss the 3 but go to the line here for 3 shots for the chance to get those 3 points back. So Skogan will be at the line for 3 shots after being fouled from the far side corner. His first shot is no good off the back of the rim. Second shot here from Skogan is good, so he's 1 for 2. As Bootmeier checks in here for Ryan, as also Breeden will take a seat. Skogan's third shot from the line is good, so he'll be 2 for 3 from the line. As Ware will check in here now for Sellers, as he'll take a seat and get a breather. Bootmere kicks in to Amorosi. Amorosi drives the lane, takes it back as it's no good, and Stevens will get the rebound here for the Cougars. As an excellent stop here for the Cougars gives them the chance to get points back here on the Generals. As Bracey kicks it back out to Malik Ware, finds Skogan, who finds Mitchell on the near side wing. Finds Bracey, as Bracey able to save that from going out of bounds. Bracey takes a shot from way deep as he knocks it down. Tamias Bracey with an excellent wide open shot from the deep side, far side wing, as the Generals get a little layup to go. As Bracey takes another one. No good this time off the back of the rim, as it's rebounded by Thomas, as they'll take over here on offense. Thomas kicks over to Amorosi. Amorosi drives in. Shot on Mitchell. Rolls around and is good. As the Generals have now pulled this game to within 13 points with 6.5 left to go here in the second half. As Bracey finds Mitchell. Little back and forth. Finds Skogan on the near side corner. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in long off one. Puts up the shot with his left hand. No good. As Bracey will find the rebound, and he's fouled by Bootmere. So Bracey will go to the line here for 2 shots, but it'll have to happen after a timeout here. So we'll take it with them here on the Averett Sports Network with just over 6 minutes left to go here in the second half. We'll be right back here in just a moment. With 6:11 left to go here in the Grant Center in the second half, it'll be possession arrow in favor of Averett, as Bracey will take over on the inbounds from Fitzgerald. As Bracey will find Sellers with Thomas right on him. Finds Bracey on the top of the key. Bracey with Thomas right on him. Finds Mitchell, as Mitchell takes the 3 from deep, as he'll knock it down. That's nothing but net from Mason Mitchell. Mitchell with a wide open 3, knocks it down just before the buzzer, as he's given the Cougars a 62-46 lead, as the 3-pointer comes from the Generals, as that's no good, and the Cougars will take back over here on offense. Bracey drives in on the baseline, kicks it back out to Fitzgerald, finds Sellers on the top of the key, finds Ware. Ware will take the shot on the 3-point range as he'll knock it down. Malik Ware finds an excellent wide open 3-point shot thanks to a screen from Terrell Fitzgerald. Cougars come back on defense as Amorosi's shot is good from mid-range. So the Generals will get 2 points back here on the Cougars. Sellers drives in. Double team, though, he's fouled on the baseline underneath by Newkirk and with Laughlin right on him. So it'll be Jackson Sellers to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. First shot from Sellers is no good, so the 1-and-1 from Sellers is off the back of the rim, so the Generals will take over here on offense as Bootmere drives in on Sellers, finds Ryan and Amorosi. Amorosi drives in on Fitzgerald as a little layup is good from Amorosi as the Generals call a timeout. So we're going to stay here on the Averett Sports Network. And with the timeout, we're going to check on some stats here for this one, as the Cougars right now the Generals right now are shooting 17 for 49 from the field. That's just a little over 34%. 4 for 15 from the 3-point arc. That's just over 26% from three. 66% from the charity stripe. 26 rebounds, 11 offensive rebounds, 15 defensive rebounds. No lead changes or ties. Let's turn it over to the side of the Cougars. With the lead that they've taken with being by 15 points, 65 to 50, going 22 for 49 from the field, which is just over 44%, which is actually almost 45%. 45.8% from three, 83.3% from the charity stripe. My goodness, that's one of the best that the Cougars have ever done from the 3-point line, sorry, from the free throw line, I should say. 37 rebounds, offensive rebounds being at 12, 25 defensive rebounds, as they played very, very good defense here so far here at home, with 4:22 left to go here in the second half. So we will come out of the timeout here. It's going to be Bracey, Mitchell, Ware, Fitzgerald, and Sellers to start out here for the Cougars, as it'll be Cougar possession here to start out this possession after the timeout. A little full court press here from the Generals, as the Cougars are able to handle it quite easily. As Fitzgerald, though, steps on the line as he's not able to handle the pass from Mitchell, so they'll turn the ball right back over. So we're going the other way. As Newkirk finds Bootmere. Bootmere drives in on Sellers. Finds Thomas on the pivot, as Thomas will draw the foul. So he'll go to the line here for 2 shots on the holding call. As that foul will be called on Malik Ware. That's his first, team's 4th. Thomas's first shot is up and no good. Off the front of the rim, so Fitzgerald will check back out here as well as Ware, so Stevens will check in here as well as Skogan. As those switch sides of the mid-range, I should say. Right along the lane is Thomas's second shot is nothing but net and good. So 14-point lead here for Averett. Sellers gives the inbound to Bracey, back to Sellers, back over to Bracey. A little back and forth here between the two. Sellers patiently finds Mitchell as they'll pick up their offense. Sellers drives in on Amorosi, kicks back out here to Skogan. Skogan on the near side, kicks over to Stevens in the corner, kicks it back over to Mitchell. Mitchell with the 3. Mitchell knocks down the open three-point shot. As Washington and Lee now wants to talk it over. So we'll take the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network after a wide open three-point shot from Mitchell, as he's been shooting lights out tonight from three-point range. We'll go to the break here on the Averett Sports Network with 3.5 minutes left to go here in the second half. We'll be right back here in just a moment. And back here on the Averett Sports Network, if you're just joining us, hi, I'm Wyatt Acapole. I'm glad that you've joined us here, either whether you're at home or you're here live and in person. Again, glad you joined us. We only have about 3.5 minutes left to go here of this one between the Averett University men's team and Washington and Lee. Again, reminder, make sure to stick around here on the broadcast and tune in later on as the Averett University women take on the Marlins of Virginia Wesleyan University, as Thomas knocks down that corner three. As Bracey is fouled by Newkirk. As that is Newkirk's third personal. So looks like Bracey will go to the line here for 2 shots. Bracey's first shot from the line is good, nothing but net. Second shot from Bracey is good, so he knocks down both shots from the line, as he gives the Cougars a 70-54 lead. As Bootmeier kicks it back out to Newkirk, as Newkirk drives in and draws the foul on Stevens. Stevens will get called for the blocking foul. So Newkirk will go to the line here for 2 shots of his own. Newkirk's first shot is good. 70-55 is the lead here for the Cougars. Zamorosi will check out here for Washington and Lee. Newkirk's second shot is no good, as it just rolls out, so it'll be rebounded by Sellers. Sellers, oh my goodness, pushes down Newkirk, as Washington and Lee thought that there was a foul there, but none called by the refs. As Mitchell will take the wide open three as he knocks it down. Another wide open three goes for Mason Mitchell, as Jackson Sellers is able to take the steal, as he'll be pushed out here by Chappell. He'll be fouled and go to the line here for 2 more shots for the chance to expand the lead back to 20 points here for Averett. An open three from Mason Mitchell, and a steal here out of the air from Jackson Sellers, ending up at the line. Keeps the run here for the Cougars. Jackson's first shot from the line is good. So he'll be perfect on the trip. The lead is now 19 points. second shot is good. So he's perfect on the trip to the line. With 2.5 minutes left to go in this one, the Cougars have now taken a 20-point lead as Bootmere puts it down. So now the lead is 18. Full court press. Home run pass to Scogan. Scogan, and he puts down the flush. Wow, a wide open pass to Zach Scogan ends up being an absolute flush as Thomas knocks down the 3-ball for Washington and Lee. So back and forth action here from the Cougars as they'll break the full court press for the Generals. Sellers brings it around. Kicks it in to Stevens. Stevens back out to Scogan. Kicks it over to Bracey. Bracey drives in. Pulls up the mid-range and then knocks it down. Beautiful shot from Tamias Bracey. Gives the Cougars yet a 19-point lead. And we'll go to the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network with a 79-60 lead taken by the Cougars here at home. We'll go to the break here on the Averett Sports Network. It is all Cougars here to come out of the timeout here with just a minute and a half left to go here in the second half as Averett has taken a 79-60 lead. 19-point lead again here for Averett as they came out and absolutely demolished the Generals here at home. As it looks like we'll have the first minutes here from number 20, that's Connor Robertson. As the Generals will now show some of their reserve off the bench. Robinson will find Locklear. Back to Robertson as Scogan blocks it from behind. Excellent block here from Zach Scogan to spoil the selfless play here from the Cougars as the Cougars also check in a few of their own off the bench. So it looks like it'll be number 20, Sully Gay, as well as Josh Lewis, Jalen Chambers, and it looks like it's also number 25, Tylen Evans, getting his first minutes of this one. As the clock ticks down here in the Grant Center. And again, it has been all Averett here, 79-60 as Robertson throws up the shot and it is fouled by Chambers as he'll go to the line here for 2 shots. As it looks like Coach Duino is emptying his bench, giving the starters a break now that the Cougars have had a commanding lead here with only 35 seconds left to go in the second half. Robertson knocks down both of his shots. So 17-point lead here for the Cougars as it looks like it'll be the first minutes also here from number 32 for the Cougars. It looks like that's Kofi Williams, as a foul will be called underneath here. It'll be on number 21. That's Josh Lewis. So it'll be number 24 to go to the line here. That's Cohen Locklear. As Locklear misses his first free throw. Locklear, second shot is good. So he'll go to the line and knock down one of two shots from the line, as the Cougars will take over here on offense. Chambers kicks it over to Evans. Finds Chambers again out on the near side wing. Clock ticks down, 18 seconds now left to go. Over to Williams, over to Lewis. Lewis over to Gay. Gay kicks it back over to Lewis. Lewis pops the three. No good here from Lewis. As Robertson will get the rebound and come down with the fast break. As the buzzer will go off here. Your final score, Averett 79, Washington and Lee 63. The Cougars come in and knock off the third-ranked conference third-ranked Generals of Washington and Lee, as the Cougars now take a 2-game win streak, knocking off both Washington and Lee and Hampton-Sydney here at home, as they now go away here. Let's take a look at the schedule here for the men's team, as they'll now go on the road against number 17 ranked Roanoke College nationally, and will go also on the road to face the Hornets of Lynchburg on Wednesday, February 4th. So they'll get a couple of road games on their schedule up next. As to make sure to stick around here, though, up next is the women's game against Virginia Wesleyan University. So the Cougars go on the road as they'll take away an impressive win, 79-63 here from Washington and Lee. Again, stick around here. We have the second game of the doubleheader between the Averett University Cougar women and the women of Virginia Wesleyan University. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network with the tip-off of the second game here tonight, here starting at 7:30.